What's happening, guys? Celtic CC here. I'm on my main account. I'm going to be doing Lost Land and doing my global news report. Some of it's not too fresh, like, do you know what I mean? Uh, and I'm recording this on the 30th of, November at 10:43 p.m. So it'll be getting uploaded a bit late, kind of thing. And I'll be smoking a rollie and drinking a cup of Lucozade Energy. So apologies to that, because I'm reading from a list. So, you know. Um, okay, so right, start off like this is a YouTube shout out to a channel which I should have done a long time ago actually, and it's a really good if you want to watch a good preacher. It's an Irishman. He's a Celtic Christian preacher, and he's the best sort of like actual sort of priest in a church, and it's like a nice little church with like a nature background on most of them, and he's like the first like sort of Christian preacher I've managed to find, which is actually like got the bollocks to fucking break outside the Christian bubble and explore the other religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, Native American, all that. So the channel's called Spirits in Spacesuits, and he's fucking genius. I'm telling you, the guy he combines it with science, philosophy. It's really good. Like, do you know what I mean? He's not just stood there with a Bible reading Bible quotes. He's brilliant, and he doesn't get enough views, so that's my shout out to him. So go and check it out. Spirits in Spacesuits. It's really good. Okay, so Norway, there's a company that want to start a project to build houses out of 100% recycled plastic. So that's very promising. The world's got a problem at the moment with recycled plastic, as in all this recycled plastic we're accumulating. It's not much of it is actually getting used for anything. So the idea to actually build houses out of it is a fucking very good idea, no doubt about it. Oh yeah, don't smoke, kids. So, well, no, it's an adult channel. There's no smoking, okay? If you if you hang on, I went down the wrong way. Don't start smoking if you haven't yet, because it's really expensive habit and it's very addictive. Okay. So Guatemala, I watched a protest video, right, and they burned a bus, and it was like a big transit bus, and this was a big, massive anti-government demo, and yeah, they just set this big bus on fire and everything. It was all kicking off there. So Guatemala's kicking off. I watched a video, a Trump v anti-Trump protest march through Raleigh, North Carolina. So there's still a lot of shit going on between, so like, even though Trump's lost the election by looks of it, there's still a load of shit going on with that. I don't know why. That's just the way things are in America at the moment. There was a protest in Toronto, Canada. Anti-lockdown protest. This was on the 28th of November. It was quite party style though. It was very peaceful. Do you know what I mean? They were just kind of walking in the street having a party, playing music and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Right, what's this? Hang on, 2 secs. All right, so this is my tip for COVID health. Right, apparently green tea is really good for you. Okay, so you want to be drinking green tea. Like, I'm on lockdown at the moment, so I'm drinking more coffee than usual and stuff like that. But the good thing about green tea is you can put one tea bag in a cup, brew it up, and then you can like make 2 or 3 cups out of that one tea bag. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like about green tea. You don't have to use a fresh one each time. So that's another good tip with it. And it's supposed to be really good for you for COVID as well. So definitely you want to be getting some green tea into your body. There was something else with it as well, wasn't there? Yeah, it's full of antioxidants, green tea. Do you know what I mean? So that's definitely a good tip. Okay, so the France anti-security bill. There's still a lot of protests going on with that. I'm still not 100% sure what's going on with it. Anti-security bill. It's something to do with police protection, and the public aren't happy about it. So I don't know. It's just kicked off in France. Don't know why. But that's the best information I could find out about it. There's something to do with police protection, and the public aren't happy. Well, I don't know what we've got here. 2 secs, sorry. Right. I've seen London anti-lockdown protests. A little bit fiery. There were some arrests. I protest against new restrictions with COVID and everything. So a bit of kicking off in London, but it didn't go too hectic, right? So the Trump administration has actually done something good for a change, and they've denied an Alaskan copper mine rights. But the flip side to this is an environmental thing. It's because they realise it'll be bad for the salmon fisheries. So that's the thing with it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like they do something good for the environment, but it's still on the basis of protecting another form of capitalism. So they haven't got it right yet. Do you know what I mean? So at least they're not doing complete total destruction all the way through to the end. Like, do you know what I mean? At least there is actually some good reports coming out from the Trump administration for a change. Right, a study's been done, and I've said this before in previous videos that it might be a tough pill to swallow, but I would advise you to not have any. If you've got aspirations of having kids in the future, don't have children. The study is showing that people have decided not to have children because of the climate apocalypse. Right, I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but the way you got to look at it is right. Do you want to be raising a kid during a potential apocalypse scenario? Do you know what I mean? That's what we're facing at the moment, an environmental doomsday situation. It's a scientific certainty. There's enough people that know about it to be saying they don't want children. So it's a tough pill to swallow, but you can, you don't, if shit hits the fan, you don't want to have a little kid to look after. It'll be hell. Do you know what I mean? So that's my advice. Like, YouTube shout out to an old Castle Clash YouTuber. He's back. He took a break for about 7 months. His name's Sage the Dog. Most Castle Clashers know who he is, and he just did a recent video and it was hysterical. It was a rant on things that he hates, and it's a really good video, so go check his channel out. It's good to see him back. I was actually worried that, because he'd gone away for so long, something bad might have happened, but he just took a break, and the new video brought out's really good. Okay. I watched a video showing it. I couldn't tell what country it was. It was a foreign video, but the shops were showing like ridiculous sales. So they were trying to get customers in the shops, obviously offering huge discounts on items. It goes to show that things are struggling. The shops are having to do big sales, even Christmas time kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not a big shopper, so I don't know about Christmas sales and stuff like that. But it was just something I noticed, right? In New Mexico, they got solar farms to replace coal-fired plants, so that's good news coming from New Mexico. That's a good environmental thing to hear. They're really worried about the efforts to decarbonise the transport sector on the planet with renewables. They're saying it requires urgent attention, and so far, estimates are showing that it is way off the 2030 to 2050 mark. I mean, I don't know if 2030 is good enough anyway, but it needs serious attention according to the environmentalists. That the targets are nowhere near to being met, and it's probably too big a fucking how can I beat this? It's too big a task anyway, trying to get it done before 2030. We might run out of time, so but that's just something that came up, right? Tasmania's doing well. The island off South Australia has declared itself 100% powered by renewable electricity. So well done, Tasmania. That's really cool. India, even though they're known for their really polluted cities, they do actually do very well in the countryside of their the countryside parts of their country and everything. But they are actually their cities are actually exceeding the Paris agreements for the targets and everything. So they're actually doing better than what was agreed so far. So India are doing a good job of trying to clean up at the moment. I mean, the cities are still bad. It's still highly polluted with smogs and everything, but they have actually exceeded what they agreed to. So that's some good news. There was something came up about the Boko Haram, another 110 dead. This is a jihadi movement going around killing farm workers in, I can't remember where it was, somewhere in Africa, I think. It's been 36,000 total dead since 2009, so that's sad to hear, but that's still going on. The groups providing food boxes for the Navajo Nation and the Hopi tribes are running out of funds. So if you've got a couple of bucks to spare to donate to those charities, that'd be great, because they're really struggling at the moment, the tribes. So they could do with some support. I've said before, I don't feel like the Native Americans get the fair share of the American dream, and this goes to show as well. No, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'll do a team dungeon. Right, so if you can help in that area, that'd be great, because they're really starting to struggle. Right, international lawyers are drafting a plan to criminalise ecosystem destruction, which is really good news. Do you know what I mean? If they can actually criminalise it to the point of jail sentences, the tide's really going to turn in the world stage. Do you know what I mean? The harbour's going to start getting put down, and the fucking big corporations and all companies and all are going to have to step into line or face like jail sentences. So that'd be great if that actually comes through. The first scientific estimate of the ocean floor is doubled what was expected. So they're doing a research at the moment, and they found that the amount of microplastics is double of what was expected. So that's really disappointing. You know, I've said before how bad microplastics are, so that highlights just how bad they are, definitely. What's this? Oh yeah, I've been watching a couple of videos happening in UK. Some girl went into a shop and she broke 500 bottles of alcohol. This was in Hertfordshire. I saw another video of a guy in Ireland doing it as well. But just basically stood there just chucking bottles of alcohol on the floor. So, you know, this is the sort of rebellious attitude that's coming in with people. You know, maybe they're making a statement, you know, stop fucking getting pissed and clean up the planet. You don't know what the protests are about, but that's my perception. You know, if I'm guessing, you know, so you're all, you know, why should I let you get fucking drunk and buy alcohol when you're letting the world run to shit? So it's that kind of protests are kicking off. I mean, that's the way the world's turning. Like, people are waking up, realizing things are being run to shit, and people aren't happy. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm doing these, you know, YouTube videos, right? As a good news to end with, right? An indigenous leader from the Ecuadorian Amazon is one of the winners of the Goldman Environmental Prize, which recognises grassroots activism. Sorry, right? Yeah, her name's Namonte Naquimo. I think I pronounced that right, and she's been chosen for her success protesting and protecting 500,000 acres of rainforest from oil extraction, which is awesome. That's great. So, you know, that's great to see the indigenous people getting recognised for the environmental work and actually awarded for it. And, you know, it's really good. So it's nice to see the tides changing and everything. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice news to end on. Okay, guys. So, again, I'm recording this on the 30th of November, and I'll keep doing these. Okay, and cheers.
Over 95% of our body is water. And in order to stay healthy, you got to drink good water. When the European first came here, Columbus, we could drink out of any river. If the Europeans had lived the Indian way when they came, we'd still be drinking out of water because the water is sacred.